I think the thing of what the perception of the film will be should be the last thing on a filmmaker's mind. I think the first thing that he or she needs to absolutely come from the point is whether the belief is total, because this is a long journey. I mean, even if we started April of 2014 and we're here 2016, that's 2 years of my life. So if I didn't if I didn't believe in the material, if I didn't absolutely love and believe in the material, there's no point in taking this journey. I'm constantly asked why children's films don't do well in India, why we don't have a genre, and why Disney and Pixar do things so amazingly well. It's because of exactly this, that they don't dumb it down to the point of incoherence for the adults in trying to reach out to the kids. The irony with Dhanak is it's a film with 2 kids. Never ever thought it was a children's film. I never thought. Till in Berlin it got selected in the Generation K+, which is a children's section. I was like, oh. So my initial jolt was, oh, are they treating it like a children's film? But when we won the Grand Prix in Berlin, that is given by the adult jury.
Right.
So that was reinforcement that, no, the space that I'm sort of making the film in appeals to the kids, but absolutely appeals to the adult. There's not a single adult, not a single screening. 43 film festivals worldwide so far who've come out and say, oh man, that was boring. I just sat through, the film for my kids. That is sort of the bane of children's acting in India. Irrespective of whether it was a child's film or a film, made for the adults with kids just playing a role.
Right.
Kids need to just be themselves. And that's the challenge, because the worst part about today is there's such a strong conditioning of how kids need to behave. And especially kids who are even remotely considering acting, they're all conditioned by this. And these 2 kids came with a little bit of TV, and Krish had done a couple of films in smaller roles. And they're all playing cute. The crazy thing is these 2 kids are phenomenal off camera. You flick a camera on and they go into cute mode.
Yes.
That's the conditioning.
Yes.
So even with Krish and Hiral, the challenge was to de-train them initially.
Unlearn what they know already.
Yep. And the moment they got it in their heads, oh, we can be ourselves in front of the camera. And that was sort of the tone that was set for the entire film. Filmmaking is such a personal, instinctual call, okay? There's no right or wrong. That I really cannot trust anyone else. I'm talking about opinions or input. I mean, that is just my... So when you have such an intense sort of selfish way of dealing or telling a story, it becomes very hard to find other people to get invested in it if they don't believe as strongly. And that always becomes a little bit of a challenge. Let's say I was one of those filmmakers who was a little more easygoing. Someone said, look at those girls, or look at that actress, she's good for it. And you say, oh, okay, you cast them. I've always said, filmmaking is not a democracy. It's a pure and simple dictatorship. So when you have that kind of madness towards making a film, I'll say the same thing. I am the sum total of my technicians and yada yada. All that is, it's good rhetoric actually. The truth of the matter is you can have the greatest technician, but if I don't say, that's a good shot, leave it in the film, or that's a bad shot, take it out of the film, then there's nothing. So there's someone constantly saying yes, no, yes, no.
Right.
So it becomes challenging to sometimes get people invested in your idea.
Right.
Yeah.